My name is Sanmi Akomolafe, and this is Real Conversation with Sanmi. Welcome once again to another episode of Real Conversation with Sanmi, where we talk about relationship, marriage, fashion, beauty, and different other things that catches my fancy. Today is Valentine's Day, so we will be talking about love. What does love mean to you? I have a song to sing. As you all know, I love to sing. So it's from 1 John 6, 7, and 8. It says, Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loves is born of God and knows God. He that loves not does not know God. Beloved, let us love one another. So I'll sing this song. Beloved, let us love one another. Love one another. For love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. God is love. Beloved, let us love one another. 1 John 4, 7 and 8. Oh, 1 John 4, 7 and 8. That is the song today. So what are we talking about? Because today is Valentine's Day and today is all about love. I want to talk about different types of love. Some of us think we are in love, but we're not. You cannot love someone else except first loving yourself. First, God created us. And he loves us so much that he gave his only begotten son, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. That kind of love made God give himself to us. So that's from God to us, right? But what about from you to yourself? First, accepting yourself the way you are. Yes, are there things you need to change in your life? Of course, there will always be. But there are things you cannot change also. That you need to first love yourself the way you are, where you are, knowing fully well that as long as you're alive and you're living, things can get better. You can always, do things better. That the next minute or tomorrow is another beautiful day to make your life better. Accepting yourself where you are and working on yourself to be better. If you cannot fully love yourself, how do you expect someone else to love you? Or how do you expect to now give love that you don't have for yourself to another? By loving yourself, I mean some of us overuse ourselves. Like you work so much. And what is the reason you're working? Not just because of your bills. Most times you don't need 2 jobs or 3 jobs to pay your bills. You're doing it because, you want to buy things for your cousins, for your uncles, for your parents, for your siblings. You want to be in everybody's good books. But guess what? If you overuse your body, you're saying, I do not value my life. I do not value myself so much. The people that you're overworking yourself for will actually move on when you're no more or when you're so sick. Most of them won't be there to really help you. So I want you today, this is a call for you to look inward and say, I'm going to be saying no to some things. Like a friend once told me years ago that the brother-in-law would call from Nigeria to ask for true religion Jews. Mind you, the person asking doesn't have a job, has never worked a day in his life. And he wasn't even a young person. He was over 35 years old, as I'm when I was talking, over 30. He has never worked. He's a university graduate. Someone that has never worked. Why, why is he asking for a true religion jeans? And my friend will scream, we are not even using it. We can't even afford it. You're talking of jeans that is like in hundreds, like $200, $300. And he will say, I think there was a specific one that he asked for, and it was $360. One pants. And you are in Nigeria, you don't have a job. How did you even know that? So all you do is Google the latest designer, the latest trend, and you want people to see you as a big person, then go and work. So you see, if the husband had given in, then that would mean he does not love himself enough. Because how do you continue to maintain that? Once you give in to demands that has nothing to do with you, that you're supposed to disassociate yourself from, rather, it means you don't love yourself enough. So how many hours of sleep do you have? And that's talking to me too. How many hours of sleep do you have? Some of us are getting flowers today and getting gifts, and it's beautiful. But how healthy is your relationship? Some of us, the kind of love you want to express, you're supposed to have today. The gifts you need today is an open communication. It's an honest communication, conversation with your partner or with your children on how things went bad, what you did wrong, take responsibilities, say sorry if you need to ask for forgiveness where it's needed. But you're not doing that, you're buying them gifts or they are buying you gifts. And your relationship is rotting. The foundation is no more holding. Then what do you think you're doing? You're not loving yourself enough if you don't feel you deserve that. Some of us have jobs that are stressing us, like we get stressed when we're going to work, we're scared. What is it going to be this time around? What is the accusation going to be? We're giving so much of ourselves to working excellently, but there are people that just don't like us because we're different. Because we won't play balls with them, we won't lie. Things that they are doing that are not good, we won't do it with them. And they are looking for how to pull us down. But is that the only job available in your city? No. Why are you scared of looking for another job? It's because you don't love yourself enough. The kind of love you deserve, you're not giving it to yourself. Because your peace of mind matters more than anything. So that is the kind of love you need. Saying, I'm going to love myself enough to disassociate myself away from this toxic environment. I'm going to look for another job and I'm going to leave gracefully. Don't wait till you get fired. For some of us, it's relationship with our parents that are bad. Maybe they offended us, or maybe we did some things that are not good. But instead of us to say, yes, gifts are good, it is good to appreciate them, it is good to give them gifts. But how about we sit down and talk about what went wrong and how we all have contributed to this and how from now on we can be better. You see, those flowers won't last forever. The gifts, believe me, in 2 weeks' time, you might not even remember where your gifts are. But the situation is going to be there. And if you don't fix it, it won't fix itself. So I'm challenging you today to give yourself that kind of love that will go to the root cause of what happened. And how can things get better? How can things get better? But for some of us, the relationship with our friends, we know things are not the way it's supposed to be. We know. We know. But instead of us to talk about things, we're using avoidance as a strategy. And when you avoid people for so long, there's nothing left because you used to check up on each other, even if it's once a week or once in 2 weeks. Oh, hey, girl, hey, man, I just said I should check up on you. Hope everything is okay. But now you're going a month, 2, 3. You don't care what's happening in their lives, whether they are okay or not. When they call, you're getting bored easily. There's nothing to really say because you know something happened that you're not addressing. The best vow gift you can give them is to call them and open up about what happened. Open up and say, I think, I would like us to talk about what happened, and how we got here and what we can do to be better. Even if they're not going to ever listen to you or they're not going to agree that they are wrong, you just say what you want to say and then close the chapter. At least you're not holding them in your heart. Forgiveness is what you need to give to yourself. There was a time I was in my office. I sat down and I was like thinking. I sat on the floor and I was alone. I closed the door and I was like thinking, God, are you sure you really want to use me? Because some of us need to forgive ourselves. God has forgiven us with whatever we did, no matter how bad it is. But we fail to forgive ourselves. 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 So I sat down and I was thinking, God, are you sure you really want to use me? And I started reminding God of my past sins that I had asked for forgiveness for, and God had forgiven me. And I kept reminding him of the same thing. And some of us do that. And God is so loving. He's a good, good father. He sent someone to me from Nigeria. And this lady called me. And I said, hello, how are you? She was like, fine. And the next thing she said was, if God has forgiven you, why don't you want to forgive yourself? And that jolted me back to reality. What did she say? She said, God said I should tell you. Tell Sanmi if I've forgiven her, why does she not want to forgive herself? She needs to give herself the gift of forgiveness. Forgive herself. Because to me, she's clean. To me, she's my precious child. The one I delight in. I call myself Enioba Frere. The one the king delights in. Oba in my language means the king. I am the one the king delights in. So if God has given me that name, then why do I doubt myself? Why do I keep thinking of myself in my past? My past is gone. This is a new dawn. It's a new day. I'm supposed to forget the former things, or if I remember, I should say, oh, thank you, God, for I am not who I used to be then. That I'm a new person. I'm a regenerated soul, but no. There are times the thoughts of how bad things will come, but quickly counter it with what God has said about you, which is your reality. So immediately she said that, I was like, oh, forgive me, God. And then that day she prayed with me. And after that, I became bold to actually minister, because what I was thinking of was, God, are you sure you really want to use this person? I'm a very playful person. And on Facebook, I played a lot. I write stuff. I wrote things. I'll read, posts on different groups that I belong to then. And I'll leave comments that will make others send me friend requests. Like people will be sending me friend requests because they love the way I, commented. Some would come to ask if I'm a lawyer. Some would come to ask, are you a counselor? But But some will like me because I abused someone. I'm not proud to say it now, but that was me then. That was me then. That was me then. But that's a long while. That's like 11, 12, 13 years ago. I'm, wiser now. I'm more matured now. I know that I have to use, my gifts better. I cannot use it negatively anymore because I know there's power in my voice. And I'm not working for myself, I'm working for God. So I have to think about how God sees whatever I do before I do it. So, but why am I allowing the devil to bring the past to say, oh, how are you going to be able to maintain this? So forgiving yourself, because I had to forgive myself. God said, I've forgiven you. So why are you not forgiving yourself? Some of us, things that we've done 10 years ago, if anything happens, I will say, oh, it's because I did this in 10 years ago. Have you not asked for forgiveness? Then where's your faith? Why are you not receiving the forgiveness of God, saying, God forgave me for that one. I am not who I used to be. I am not that person anymore. I'm a new person. All things are passed away. Behold, all things have become new. So forgive yourself. That is the best Valentine's gift that you can give to yourself. Some of us have been hurt in churches that we attended before. My father was a reverend, so I know. I was born in the mission house, so I know. My mom is an assistant pastor. She's still here with me in the US. I know. She has been hurt before in the church. I know. But it is not enough to hold on to that all the days of our lives, to carry that wound. I know it's not easy. Believe me, my father passed and things changed for my mom in the same church that my father served. People that used to shout Hosanna to my late father, now started crucifying my mom in his absence. I remember a scene, my mom was crying. She knelt down, she was crying. And one of them said, oh, if you are guilty of what you are accused of, then ask the Lord to forgive you. And my mom busted out crying with a loud, shout or scream. And she was like, I am not crying because I am guilty. I'm crying because if my husband was alive, you would not have done this to me. She never got an apology. The accusation was never true. She never got an apology. But she's still in the same church serving God because she had to let go. Unforgiveness is too heavy a burden to carry. I pray for as many as have been hurt by churches that they've attended and trusted, that God will use others that are true Christians to heal you today. Maybe releasing that hurt is what you need to do today. It's the best vow gift you can give to yourself. It's the best. Nobody is going to give that to you. There's anything they've done to you in any church, please release it to God on the altar today. Tell God, I'm receiving your love for me. I know your love is greater than any other. And I'm not going to see every Christian from this high anymore. I refuse to carry this burden into a new day. So I release it today. Some of us, we are carrying weight meant for 100 people. Carrying weight. Yes, it hurts so bad. I know. Because I've been hurt before. God told me to forgive a particular guy that I met on Facebook. He reached out to me. He's a Christian. He's into music ministry. He asked if I was a music minister too. And we began to talk. Later, he told me he had interest in my younger sister. I didn't know all this was a means to get closer to my family since we talked and he knew that my mom is here too. So within 5 months, this guy had collected money from us. He cornered my mom, was telling my mom things, would tell her to leave the house so that he could speak to her, and my mom would leave the house and, pretend like she was walking in the neighborhood. No, this guy was giving her instructions while pretending to be an adopted son to her, that he meant well. I didn't know he had asked for my mom for loan that he would never pay back. So in a vision, God showed me 5 months later that this guy was lying to my mom and was lying to me. Oh my goodness, I was angry and I said some things to him. And I said, if you ever do this to anyone, this and this will happen to you. Guess what? He continued to do it and that happened to him. What I forgot was I actually wrote what he did in a paper and I put it inside my Bible. And it's not the Bible that I use every day. I've totally forgot it. And in the place of prayer one day, God mentioned his name and said, forgive him. I have not heard about him in almost 2 years. I don't know what he's going through, but he must be suffering from whatever what I did was doing to him. But I don't even remember him anymore. The day I saw the paper, I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't even remember in the moment of anger that I did that. You see, and God had to say, let him go. This was a guy that would call me, my younger brother, some other people, and we'll pray together. We're praying together every week. He would lead us in prayer. He could quote the Bible. He could sing. And I felt, you can meet anybody that you walk this journey with anywhere in the world. It does not matter. I'm very open to meeting people. I could not believe someone could come to scam me under the guise of ministry and Christianity. I didn't believe it. So I was hurt, so also was my mom. But God said it's time to let it go. And I had to pray for him, and I said, God, I forgive him from my heart. Because I thought I forgave him until I saw that paper. So I just expressed my heart the way I felt because I wanted to release him. But I think it was Psalm 35 that I opened. This is me saying the whole truth, I don't know what happened to him. But God said, forgive him, let him go. So some of us are holding on to things that happened in the past that hurt us, or people that hurt us. And the best vow gift we can give to ourselves is releasing these people. I once told a brother that commented on my page when I wrote about forgiveness years ago. The Holy Spirit said I should write about forgiveness. Is forgiveness easy? So I told him, I said, unforgiveness is like carrying a bag of rotten eggs. And people are saying, can you please release these things? This thing, can you please, trash it? And you're like, no, this is expensive. I remember how I went to work and worked hours to get this money. It's expensive, and because of that, I cannot leave it. But it is not useful for you anymore, these things. And see, before people know that it's the eggs, they will think you're the ones thinking first. So you cannot continue to carry this bag of rods about because you're hurt, because of how much time and gift you've invested in a relationship. You cannot. So I'm challenging you that the best vow gifts to give yourself is forgiving yourself and forgiving others. Forgive the church that hurt you, forgive the parent that hurt you, forgive your children. No matter what they've done, pray for them. The devil is out trying to mess our children up. Pray for them. At the end of the day, if they turn around like a prodigal son or daughter and they come back home, your life will be better for it. Walk away from any job or anything that is stressing you. Carefully walk away and plan your life and pray. God will lead you on what's next. So, I'm going to sing this song to round up. I love you. I need you. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. I need you to survive. Remember to forgive yourself and forgive others. Till we meet again, my name is Sanmi Akomolafe, and this is Real Conversation with Sanmi. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. Bye.